Howdy folks, how are you all doing? Cross6 here. Hope you're all having a wonderful day, evening, wherever you are in the world, whatever time you happen to be watching this. Welcome to my channel. Well, for today's instalment, I've got two games for you today actually, in the 60 GFT, which is the little Chinese tier 5 tank destroyer. I love this little tank. I really enjoy this tank. The second game that I've got for you turned out to be a cracking little game for me, but you'll have to watch to the end to understand why. After many hours of constant grinding. That's all I'll say about that. So for the first game, we're on Prokhorovka. Typical Kampanovka map. I can't even talk today. I haven't had enough coffee. That's the problem. I haven't had enough coffee today. But I love this little tank. I really like playing this little tank. And I think a lot of the lower tiers are missed in the game. You know, they kind of sort of pale to insignificant because everybody's striving to get up the tiers, aren't they? And try and get up to tier 10 or, you know, to the 8s or the 9s, which is predominantly where everybody enjoys playing this game. So I think a lot of the lower tiers are neglected a lot of the time. And they're kind of just a platform just to try and get up to the next level. Do you know what I mean? But I really enjoy playing the lower tiers. I don't know why. Does that make me sad, or does that make me just a crappy player? Probably. I've never ever claimed to be a unicorn. Never. And I never ever would, because I'm just not that good. But I'm just your average Joe player. Do you know? I just enjoy playing the game and that's it, and having fun. But this time I had a little bit of a goal, thinking see whether I could do it or not, and so I spent the next couple of days just grinding away to see if I could achieve my little goal. But you'll have to wait and see for the second game, because that says it all, really. But this little 60 GFT, the Chinese, it's just you can't fault it. It's just got everything. It's got good penetration, good damage output. It's fairly fast. All right, I know it's a fixed turret, but it's like anything, isn't it? If you play it enough, you'll get used to it. But it's a good little tank. And if you haven't tried this tank, definitely try it. Especially if you're a tank destroyer player, you've probably already played this tank, I would have thought. But yeah, so this is what I like about this map, is the fact is that you can take your time. It's not all over in like 2 minutes most of the time. I'm not saying that doesn't happen, it does. And you get these people that just rush out there and then they wonder why they die. But I suppose somebody's got to, haven't they? Rather them than me. That's all I can say about that. Whenever I try to do stuff like that, I always just get annihilated. And I'm sure you're the same as well. But that's what I like about Prokhorovka. It's like a game of chess, isn't it? You know, you're waiting for the next person to take their move, and you've got to try and battle in off of that. And thankfully, most of the time, it works. And that's what's lacking from this game, I think, is the longer games. You know, where you can have a decent game, you can think about what you're doing, you can think about where you need to go to on the map without, you know, when the game starts, usually within the first minute, 2 minutes, half your team's dead, and you think, well, where should I go? What should I do? Should I just stay where I am? What use am I going to be out on the battlefield if I go over there? Because half my team's died over there. And so it's cat and mouse, isn't it? It's like a game of chess. Whereas on these bigger, more wide open maps where you've got people to get hull down and get behind bushes and cover and stuff like that, it makes the game a lot more interesting, in my humble opinion anyway. You might disagree with that, I don't know. Yes, I know it can get boring. I know when people are just sat sniping all the time. I understand that and I get that. But do you know what? It's just video. It's a video game, isn't it? It's pixels on a screen. Does it really matter? Not really. It's taking, what, 10 minutes out of your day? I'm sure you can afford 10 minutes. Everybody's in such a rush these days, aren't they? Whether they're on the mobile phone or the tablet or the computer. You know, it's like if you walk down the street and you see all these people, you know, just constantly locked, you know, eyes gazing onto their phone or the tablet or whatever. It's mental, isn't it? It's just crazy. But it is what it is these days. There's nothing you can do. It's just the changing of times, I guess, for want of a better word. I suppose you could say the world's changing, and not in a good way, I don't think. I mean, look at everything that's going on these days. There's just wars everywhere. People killing, maiming, bombing, threatening. It's just ridiculous. I don't know what's got into the world. It's just everybody wants to have a fight with everybody. Nobody wants to get on. Nobody just wants to say, "You all right, mate? How you doing for today? Is there anything I can do to help you?" No, it's all about, "Oi, I'm going to kill you. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to rip your head off. I'm going to blow you to smithereens. We got the fastest missiles. Nobody can stop them. We can wipe you out when we want to, and we shall. If you threaten us, we shall." And it's just mental, isn't it? The world's just gone crazy. And, you know, you've got all these people banging on about, well, you can't let them do this, you can't let them do that. And I just think, do you know what? The way things are going, we're not going to be around much longer anyway, by the sounds of it. It's just, I don't know why people have to be like that. Do you know what I mean? I just don't understand it. I'm not a pacifist or anything like that, far from it. But I just think, you know, why is everybody so hell-bent on destroying one another? I just don't get it. It doesn't make any sense to me. But what do I know? I'm just a very, very tiny grain of sand on a massive beach. The water just washes over and washes away. I don't know. I just don't get it. And but times are changing, aren't they? And it's not in a good way, as I said. And it's just, I don't know, it just seems strange at the moment, and I don't understand why. I really don't. But we managed to do a little bit of damage, and we made a little bit of silver. But anyway, on to the finale. This is the game that I was telling you about. So without further ado, let's get into it. We are on Mountain Pass. Whether I like this map or not, yeah, it was a good map before, until they changed the ice road, the bit I'm heading towards now. It was a pretty decent map when it was the old way, and of course Wargaming in their infinite wisdom decided that they needed to change it. Is that a good change? I don't think so. Me, myself and I don't think it's a great change. I think they've made it worse, because there's not a lot of people go down there now, in all fairness. But it's like anything, isn't it? You just got to make the most of it and try and do the best you can and try and find out where the best places to go are. And there is a nice little bush just over here. So if ever you're on this side of the map and you start, and especially if you've got a turreted tank, you'll do well here. Just this little bush just right here. And if you kind of back up into it, you need to be a little bit further left, just slightly left, and you get shot straight in it there. But most of the time you don't get spotted until they come down the bottom there, or once you fire if there's somebody down at the bottom bit there. But it is a nice little spot, especially if you've got a turret tank. You can do the peekaboo type deal. But yeah, I don't particularly like what they've done to this map. It doesn't really get a thumbs up from me, but it's Wargaming, isn't it? I mean, what's happened to all of these maps? You know, because these maps are getting so repetitive, aren't they? Let's be honest about it. They're just so repetitive. Either steps, I think there's one night I played steps 9 times in the one night session. It's just stupid. It seems like it's just lackluster now. Like Wargaming have said, well, you know, here's some maps, you can just play them and that'll do you for now, until we can be bothered to bring anything else into the game. Which is a bit of a shame, really, because, I mean, let's face it, the game itself is pretty good. Alright, I know, I'm not going to get into all this RNG and all that kind of stuff, because we all know it's there, and we all know how irritating and annoying it is, and blah-de-blah-de-blah. And they're bringing in some new tanks, and they're trying to switch things up a little bit, which I get, and I don't particularly disagree with. But I just wish they'd bring some maps back. I mean, because these maps are it's just the same old, isn't it? It's either Mannerheim Line, the Great Wall, Pearl River, Steppes, Prokhorovka, Malinovka, and that's about it, really. Now and again you get El Haluf and Sand River, but I don't know, it's just repetitive now. And I'm just hoping that Wargaming are going to bring back a few new maps, or bring back the old maps that was there. You know, and I don't understand why they've just taken them out overnight and never to be heard of again. Because I don't think, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think Wargaming actually said anything about removing the maps, or why they'd removed them, or anything like that. I don't know. Perhaps it's just me. I don't know. What do I know? What do I know? It may well be the case that Wargaming have a little joker up the sleeve, a little ace up the sleeve, and they might bring it out and say, there you go, look at that, we've revamped all of these maps and we're bringing them all back in again. Go at them. Go have some fun. I doubt it, but we can live in hope, can't we? That's all I can say about that. Anyway, we're coming to the most important bit, so here we go. Just watch. It's almost like Jaws. I'm on the hunt. I need to be. If you've been paying attention, you'll understand why. There comes a time when you've just got to push. You've got to keep going forward. He who dares wins, Rodders. He who dares wins. We are down to the last tank, and I have to get that last tank. Even my teammate is shooting me to try and urge me on to say, go Cross, go, you can do it, you can do it. Win, Rocky, win. There's a blast from the past. Come on, I've got to get this final one. I have to get this final one. It's in my entire being that I need to get this final one. Can I do it, or is he going to take me out? There's the first one. He fires, but he misses. And do I get it? I get it! And this is the very reason why I had to put the Jaws music in and all this really... all this heart-churning music. Because I got my 3 marks of excellence. Hey, I finally did it. Yo, Rocky, we did it. Yo, Adrian. Anyway, that's it. Have a wonderful day, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.